stakes as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Baylor Bears, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Longhorns will get us underway with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So the Baylor Bears offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. There are always butterflies to start a game, and when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, Nick, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. From the gun, wants to pass. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. The Bears line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So the Texas Longhorns offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the national...
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, I love night games because you have all day to get excited, get jacked up. And you could tell, the QB might have been a little too excited. Forcing the ball into coverage on the first pass attempt, creating the interception. Now this defense has set this offense up in a great position to get some early momentum.
This offense has it with really good field position. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. The run to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Throws to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Pulled and fired complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle. It's Bates. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Got to get everybody on the same page in a hurry. Looking to throw on 3rd. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Bears will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Got it in the middle. It's Bates. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Grabbed in the middle. It's Collier. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Washington found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage Huskies football today. Those folks in Seattle won't remember this one forever, but they will remember it was a W. Big implications today and a notable result as one team trends upward and the other has some work to do.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Got his man in the middle. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun 1st half between these rivals. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going down 3-0. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. sets up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Third down play from the gun. Complete downfield. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Lagway. Firing to the right, complete. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Power football with the run. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They go to the ground. Quick spin on the run. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Running back searching for a hole. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Dumps it to the back. Not able to hook up the air, incomplete. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. A shot toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Handoff from the gun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grab near the sticks. It's Black. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. They'll go to the counter.
Got to give this...
Turning it on! And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Here comes the option. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Timeout call by the offense, 29 seconds left on the clock. Back to pass on second down. Here comes the heat. He just got rid of that one to save the down, didn't see anything he liked. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. Time is their enemy. It's running out on them. Down 4, they'll go for it on fourth down. Heaves it on the run. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack